What's good, Commanders fans, and happy Victory Monday. Let's celebrate. It feels good to get back on the winning side. And what I want to say to you guys, like I always say, like this year, it's been very Jekyll and Hyde. We've had one good week, one bad week. I really want to see us put things together 2 weeks in a row. That's what I really want to see. And our fan base, the fan base just gets so doom and gloom. I said this yesterday too. Whenever we lose and then we win, we get so emotionally high. And this year, it's a different kind of year. Like, nobody has really been consistent. You see the Bills lose to the Patriots last night. You see the Eagles lose to the Broncos yesterday. You see a bunch of comebacks yesterday that happened, ours included. It's just been a lot of, like, this is the definition of a week, 2 week league. There really has not been much consistency. I mean, you see the Falcons, they lost 30-0 against the Panthers. The Panthers just beat the Cardinals? No, they just beat the Dolphins. They were down by a bunch of points to beat the Dolphins. So you just never know. This really is the definition. I know it's a cliche, but this year had so far through 5 games has been the definition of any given Sunday. You can be a 15-point underdog, and it really doesn't matter. And teams are going to go out there and fight and have close games. The Rams, the Niners were supposed to lose to the Rams. They were depleted with a backup quarterback in there, and they were cooking the Rams for the majority of the game. So, or moving the ball very easily with Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones. So my point is that, hey, I know we play the Bears next week. I'll probably do a quick look into that. I just know their rush defense is one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. I can't wait for the Bears to come outside. I want them to come outside so bad. I can't wait for Monday night, man. It's gonna be a blackout too. But all right, let's get back to studs and duds here. But like I said, my point is that. And Joey Jr. redeemed himself as well. He's going to be named a stud. Thought he did a solid job for the most part. But I do have some PFF numbers as well. I do want to go over that. John Keim did give a small projection type update on Terry McLaurin too, on his status and what he thinks is going to happen for Monday night. Did talk about Noah Brown a little bit. And Sam Cosby, he was on the radio this morning. But studs, let's start it with Bill, man. And yes, he's another steal. He is another Adam Peters steal. I think Trey Amos is a steal. I said that last week or 2 weeks ago when we beat the Raiders. And once again, I just think Bill is a steal. Bill is a steal. He won the LFG award from Tom Brady. He was giggling and laughing during the interview. He's just so excited. He's just like a little kid at the candy store, man. He really is. You know, he looks so young out there, no facial hair or anything like that. He's just enjoying the moment, man, to come from where he came from. Didn't play at all last year, was suspended or ineligible after 1 game, fell under the radar, balled out in the East-West Shrine game, All-Star game, was the MVP of the All-Star game, and the rest is history there. We got him in the 7th round. You look at the running backs, all the running backs that got drafted in front of him, it was supposed to be a legendary running back draft class, which it has been so far with Ashton Dempsey, Mario Hampton. He's been better than those guys. Cam Scatterbo, he's been better than. Woody Marks, he's been better than. So I can name all the Jaden Blue from the Cowboys better than all these guys I can name. He has been the better running back. And you can say, like, it's really between him and Emeka Egbuka for Rookie of the Year. We're about to have a 7th round pick, and he's on there for the FedEx Ground Air and Ground Player of the Week. Like, he's going to get voted for that by us, by our fan base. We don't play around with voting. We just don't. And it's really between him and Emeka Egbuka for Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's really just it's neck and neck between those two guys right now. And Bill is playing well. And Bill finally got the bulk of the carries. Like, you look at his PFF numbers from yesterday, he was a 75.8. You would think he was a little bit higher than that. But one thing that I really like, too, is that they finally used him in the passing game. Like, Jaden was throwing him the football. He took advantage of that. You look at some of the numbers from yesterday. I know he had over 100 rushing yards. He had the 2 tutties. He made him look so easy. He's breaking tackles, running over Derwin James, stiff-arming guys, making guys miss in the phone booth, high-stepping, change of pace, explosiveness. All the things that we talked about that we wanted to see from a running back, we're getting that from Bill right now. 14 carries for 111 yards. Really could have got more than that. Jaden had 8 carries. C-Rod had 5, which is fine. Nichols had 1 carry for 6 yards. And then Bill's longest run was for 27 yards. And then in the receiving game, he had 2 catches for 39. He had a 28-yard catch. 28-yard catch. Use him in the receiving game more. I really want to see him, especially with Austin Eckler being done for the season. I want to see some screen passes to Bill. I want to see him in space where he's one-on-one with a linebacker or whoever, where he can make somebody miss. And he's capable of doing that for sure. He's clearly done that. So I do want to get a quick word from today's sponsor, Sleeper, and then we'll get back into the video.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code Oliver. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
But just some of the numbers from the Bills so far, and this was before the game, and some of these numbers are going to be updated. So he's leading in the league right now in yards per carry with 6.6 yards per carry. Every time he gets the ball, he's getting at least 6 yards. I know it's an average, the 28-yard run, and then the Giants run, which was a 40-yard run, definitely boosted his yards per carry, but yesterday definitely boosted his yards per carry. 38% first down rate, which is first among running backs. 4 yards after contact per carry, which is fifth among running backs. Also leads PFF's running metric and is seventh in explosive play rate. How can you not hand this guy the football? And I still think his snap count really wasn't that high, which is crazy to think about. Now his carries went up. Now let's see his snap count, because I know the concern was his pass protection. So he had 28 snaps. Let me see how Jaden had 59 snaps. So Bill was in there for 28 out of 59. C-Rod was in there for, where is C-Rod at? I don't even see him on this. C-Rod had 15 snaps. Mid-Nichols had 15 snaps. So Bill played 47% of the snaps. C-Rod 25%, and Jerry McNichols 25% of the snaps. I think that's about right. I think that's about fair. I would like to see his carries go from 14 to like 15. There's only one more carry. But maybe like 14 to 18. You're probably not going to get 18 carries every game, but I think 14 is about right. In the previous games, he was getting like below 10. He had 10 carries against the Giants, and then some of the other games, like the Packers game, he only had 4, which was just crazy. So Cliff, he's a stud for handing the ball off to Jacory. Even after the fumble, they trusted him and went back to him. Dan Quinn is a great encouraging coach. Even when B-Rob was here, he would hype up B-Rob and encourage him. So Dan Quinn is just the ultimate motivator. And Bill, proved them right. He bounced right back after the fumble, had a nice run after that too. Jaden Daniels was a stud. I don't have to go too much into him. I mean, he came back, played well. Was he a little rusty in the beginning? Sure. I mean, the whole team just started off a little flat, and then Quan Martin just woke us up, man. If it wasn't for that forced fumble, we probably would have lost, because they were marching down the field. Even on the play where Quentin Johnston was fumbled after the Quan Martin hit, that was like a 10 to 15-yard gain. It was definitely a first down or more. But Quan Martin, that was like an NBA street game breaker. Like everybody, the sliders went up. Everybody's skills overall went up after that. And then, of course, the Tressway where he got hit, everybody's skills went up. Luke McCaffrey had a catch. Luke McCaffrey turned into a 99 overall on that play. Of course, Jaden should be like a 95 to 99 overall in Madden. But you guys get the point that it just plays like that is what we needed. We needed a 4 turnovers ball as life. We just needed momentum changing plays that we didn't get against the Falcons. We didn't get those against the Packers in the 2 losses, forcing turnovers. We did have 1 turnover on Penix, but we didn't really capitalize on that. I think we ended up with a field goal. And then the interception by Mikey, that was a 99-yard drive. That was like the longest drive we had since 2016 or something like that. That was just an insane drive. And to cap it off with a 4th and 7 to Deebo Samuel for Jaden to just stay in there strong in the pocket like he did last year against the Bengals and many other times on Monday Night Football. That was just a beautiful play, passing, pitch, and catch to Deebo. Deebo was a stud, of course. I don't have to say too much about Deebo either. I mean, Deebo, if I could give him a contract extension today, I would do it. I would definitely do it. I would definitely bring him back ASAP. They got to bring him back. This guy is running the football, catching the football. I mean, he didn't have any carries yesterday, which is crazy. They did not use him in the receiving game, which is definitely different. Luke McCaffrey was a stud. JCM, of course, a stud. Jalen Lane with the 1 catch for 16 yards with a big 3rd and 16 catch. That was huge by the rookie. And he struggled with drops, but that was a huge catch over the middle of the field in traffic and a beautiful pass by Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, his PFF numbers, where did it go? His PFF numbers, he was at 77.5. So to come back from being out for 2 games and being a little rusty, he was 77.5. Deebo was at 88.0. Luke McCaffrey, 78.8 PFF grade. John Bates, 74.9. John Bates was back, so that was a big help. Ben Sinnott, 71.4. Big play Tay with a nice catch, 68.2. Chris Paul, 65.7. Chris Paul has played very, very well since he's been added to the starting lineup. Andrew Wiley was 63.6. He was fine. Laramie Tunzel, 62.5. PFF grade. Jeremy McNichols, 59.6. Jalen Lane, 57.8. Josh Connolly, 56.1. Didn't hear his name a lot yesterday, which is a good thing. Charlie Biadasz, 53.6. C-Rod, 51.5. Zach Ertz. No Yak Zach had 0 catches and 0 yards. We got to get him more targets next game against the Bears for sure. That is odd. Jaden loves Zach, so I'm surprised he didn't throw him the ball much. Trent Scott was a 48.9. Chris Moore, 45.0. He was a dud. He was the only dud I can really name on the team yesterday. He was the only low spot. He had hands like a snake, couldn't catch a cold, butterfingers, butter hands. Just bad, man. Just awful. And I would release him today. I really would. I would thank him for his services. And just put him back in the practice squad, I guess, if you want to be nice. I mean, I wouldn't have him on the roster at all. I really wouldn't. But if you want to keep him on there for special teams, he's a good practice player from what I heard. But I did see him in practice and training camp. He was dropping passes in training camp too. So I can't even say that. But he had a nice catch against the Giants. And then he had another catch against the Raiders too for a first down, which I was just shocked when he actually caught the football. Colson Yankov, 31.5. I don't know why he was so badly rated by PFF yesterday. Frankie Louvu had a 47.3, so he was really bad yesterday, according to PFF. He did miss some tackles. He just hasn't been the same guy for whatever reason. He has not been the same guy. I think coaching, clock management was better yesterday. I don't think there was any gaffes or anything like that. So I think clock management and timeouts were good for the most part. They were really, really good. Who else was a stud? Marshawn Lattimore, I got to give him his credit, man. I thought he played a lot better yesterday. I didn't really see him targeted much yesterday, but he didn't give up big plays. The only play he really gave up, he had 1 target, 1 catch allowed, 6 yards allowed, and 41 covering snaps. Now, I did think, was he covering Keenan Allen when they collided into each other? It was Marshawn and Aquan, and they ran into each other. And they gave like a 30-yard catch to Keenan. It was like 20 yards, just easy running across the middle of the field. But like I said, every other game, Marshawn Lattimore, that's just what he does. He's an every other game guy. I want to see him have more consistency out there. Next week against the Bears on Monday, I want to see him have some consistency. Put 2 good games together for me. So I want to see. So he had a 67.1. Jordan McGee had a 59.4, but I was happy to see him out there and get some snaps. Dorrance had a 79.4. He was a stud. He had a sack. Jacob Martin had a sack. King Von Miller had a sack, 76.0. Jeremy Reeves was flying around with reckless abandon. He had a 74.8 PFF grade. Quan Martin, 72.9. Quan Martin with that forced fumble, which set the tone for the game. Mikey Sanders still with a 71.0. He had the pick on the goal line, which was a huge play. Huge play by Mikey. Huge play by Johnny Newton with batting the pass. Tipping the pass, 66.0 PFF grade for Johnny Newton. Bobby Wagner, 70.6. Deron Payne, 70.6. Deron Payne blew up a screen pass. It was really good. Then he had a stunt where he hit Justin Herbert in the first quarter. That was a really nice play by Deron Payne. Mikey, 71.0. So guys really bounced back. Trey Amos had a 62.5. Preston Smith, 62.0. Darnell Savage, 55.3. But like I said, Bobby was a stud. Mikey was a stud. Quan, Jeremy Reeves, Vaughn, Jacob Martin, Dorrance, like I said, Bobby, Johnny Newton, Javon Kinlaw on that big second and goal line stop. That was a huge stop by him. Jordan McGee had a really nice tackle on a goal line stand too, where we ended up getting the interception. So it was just a collective effort, man. It was a collective effort. Definitely a 360 turnaround or 180 turnaround from the Falcons game for sure, man. Big turnaround. The speed option by Cliff, I love that. I talked about that yesterday. The delay of game was some of the gaffes or mishaps or Shaq and a fool from the coaching staff after the Chris Moore drop. So that's like the only knock that I would say on the coaching staff. They didn't go for it on the 4th and 2 in the first half too. And that was really it, man. They targeted Ben St. Juice, which was good. That was really very smart. Quan Martin pushed Keenan Allen out of bounds. These are some of my notes from yesterday as well. But I'm just in the house. I'm in the man cave, so I can just kind of take my time and talk about it instead of being in the car like yesterday. But, yeah, I mean, all around good game. Way to bounce back. Third downs, we still have to be a little bit better. Third down defense has to be a little bit better. So it wasn't all great, but compared to last week in the Packers game, the 2 losses, I mean, we played really well. Time of possession, too. The Chargers won the time of possession, but I'm not really concerned about time of possession. That's not really been our identity anyway. We've been more of an up-tempo, We caused a 12-man on the field penalty as well, just from the up-tempo style, the no-huddle style that we play as well, which I like that. I love when we get the 12-man on the field penalty, enforce that on other teams. We did that to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year in the playoffs. We only had one turnover, which was the fumble. Won the turnover battle, rushing, 163 yards on the ground. We gave up 155, so we got to clean that up a little bit. That was mainly from the Justin Herbert 41-yard scramble. And then penalties. We had 7 penalties. We had to clean that up a little bit. The Chargers had 10, but seven is not terrible. 7 is not terrible. We got to clean that up a little bit though. But no, I mean, this was like Luke McCaffrey to step up. Other guys stepping up while Terry is out is huge. And John Keim said that Terry was running around last week and that he looked good when he was working out with trainers. And he believes that Terry will play against the Bears. So potentially we could get Terry, we could get Noah Brown, we could get Sam Cosmi back for the Bears game on Monday Night Football and be very, 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 very healthy. Very healthy, which could be very, very scary for the league. We could be 4-2 and start up a streak here, man. Start up a winning streak and get back to our winning ways from last year and back to our identity. And Jalen looked healthy, man. He looked good. He looked darn good. He got out of harm's way for the most part. He slid. Cliff did run a design run into and he got body slammed, but after that he was fine. I mean, he bounced back, he changed his shoes and he was fine. And of course he had a nice handshake with Juju Watkins. So that was Juju Watkins was a stud yesterday too. She was a stud yesterday too. Or she was a part of the victory. I'll say that. She was a part of the victory. So I really hope the Mystics draft her in a couple years. That's what I want to see. I would love to see Jaden and Juju in DC for sure. That would be awesome. So, but all right, you guys, I'll wrap it up here. You guys let me know what you guys think for studs and duds. If there was anybody that I left out, just let me know. Percy Butler did play yesterday. I barely saw him, but he was on there. He had a couple snaps out there, special teams and whatnot. So, but as always, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hell's Commanders. Peace.